Welcome into the BSN Nuggets weekly breakdown presented by Frosted Leaf. Frosted Leaf, Denver's most innovative dispensary, has the hottest strains, no lines, no wait, and a self-paced direct shopping experience that allows a fast yet comfortable transaction without the awkwardness of a waiting room. Come check out Frosted Leaf's 3 Denver locations and download their app on both Apple or Android. I'm Allie Monroy, and alongside me is Harrison Wind. The Denver Nuggets have been struggling offensively of late, but they finally pulled off a big win Wednesday night against the San Antonio Spurs. The Nuggets now have a league-best 11-1 record on the second night of a back-to-back. Harrison, why do you think this team has been so successful on those second nights?
I don't have a great answer for you on this one, and asking around the team, nobody really has a great answer. This team is just really good on the second night of back-to-backs. Maybe it's because the fact that they're a young team, they have fresh legs, they don't dwell on games for that long. When they win or lose, they just move on to the next one. Nobody really has a great answer, but they are great on back-to-backs. 11-1, obviously the best mark in the league, an incredible mark if you just think about it and just look back at what this team has done this year. Last night, the three-point shooting, for sure, a huge story. Denver had its second-best three-point shooting performance of the last 7 games. They had been terrible from beyond the arc, really, for the last couple of weeks, but finally found some resemblance of a rhythm. But the fact that they were at home certainly helped, and the Spurs were also on a back-to-back.
Denver's starting 5 combined for a total of 59 points, and their bench added 54 of their own on Wednesday. How crucial will it be for the Nuggets to have this type of production from their bench in the playoffs?
It's going to be huge, and guys like Monte Morris and Malik Beasley, they've kind of been struggling a little bit over the last couple of weeks. They both had great games last night, both hit a bunch of threes, both scored the ball really well. The bench played great against the Spurs the other night. It's going to be big in the playoffs because on paper, this Nuggets bench is so much better than, say, Oklahoma City's bench or the Spurs bench, 2 potential first-round opponents for Denver. The second unit, that should be a big advantage for Denver. Come playoff time, they need guys like Malik Beasley and Monte Morris playing at the level they were last night if they are going to have that advantage. So it's going to be huge, and how well the bench plays, that's probably going to determine if Denver wins this first-round series.
The Nuggets have a home-and-home against the Portland Trailblazers this weekend. They play Friday at the Pepsi Center and Sunday in Portland. What will you be watching for in those games?
A couple things. One, the three-point shooting. Will they be able to keep this up from beyond the arc, or was this game against the Spurs just a blip in what's been a really trying month for Denver three-point shooting-wise? Also, I'll be watching 2 guys, Gary Harris and Will Barton. Can they find some type of rhythm here over the final 4 games of the season? Those are the 2 guys who have been struggling a bit when you look at this starting 5 and even most of the second unit. They still haven't really looked like their pre-injury selves. Will Barton, of course, missed 3 months earlier this year with an injury. Gary Harris has had a couple different ailments throughout the season. If those 2 guys can find a rhythm over these last 4 games, that's going to be big in the playoffs because Denver's going to need a lot from both those guys.
Well, be sure to catch all of our coverage on bsndenver.com. And the playoffs are near, so you're going to need some new gear. Head over to bsndenverlocker.com. For Harrison Wind, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver.